Welcome to this tutorial about the power grids. After your first login, you are located on the welcome page. For this video, we will use demo data which already has been added and also can be removed via the Add or Delete Demo Data button. This data is then usable without any repercussions to your personal data. There are already some starting tabs opened, and we will now open the first tab, Projects, and its specific power grid. After opening, there is a table shown which shows all projects and their values. This table is called a power grid and is the default view for nearly all data types. Those grids render all your data with support for customization, column filtering, and sorting. In case not all projects are shown on one page, you can scroll down with the mouse wheel. All remaining projects will be loaded until you stop scrolling. The currently shown columns of the power grid are the project name, the project stage, and the source of the project. If you want to change the columns, you can do that via the three-dot menu in the top right corner. Via the option Configure Columns, you can either add or remove columns. For this example, we add the columns project value and currency to the power grid. To change the order of the columns in the view, you can drag the columns up or down. After a click on OK, the changes are saved and the power grid is updated accordingly. If you also want to adjust the column width, you can do this again using the three-dot menu. Click on the option Resize Columns. In the header of the power grid are now blue column splitters shown. Drag a column splitter to the left or the right to change the column width. Finalize the column resizing by clicking on the three-dot menu again and select the option Hide Column Splitters. If you want to save all these changes to a unique power grid, click on the three-dot menu again and select the option Save As. Then assign a name to it and save it via the Save symbol in the top right of the dialog. If you now want to switch between the default power grid and the custom ones, you can also do that via the three-dot menu. In case you don't need the custom power grid anymore, you can delete it via the option Delete Configuration. After doing so, the default power grid view is restored. Most power grid columns provide a filter option which is accessible via the filter icon. You can filter the data by a subset of the available filter options or typing a string into the filter text field. The actual search interface is dependent on the data type of the filtered column. For example, the project stage filter is a checkbox list which shows the different project stages, and we will now filter those for only prospect and contacted. After a click on Apply on the projects are filtered accordingly. The column project name is possible to filter via text which you can enter in the filter text field. In this case, we will use the text workshop and now only the workshop project is shown. As you can see are the active filters now shown in blue, which indicates that those are active. All filters also can be reset by clicking on the filter and then on the reset icon in the top right of the dialog. We will now do this for both filters. To sort a power grid column, click on the sorting arrows in the column header and the current sort direction is then indicated by those arrows. It is also possible to reset your whole power grid to its default settings. Open the three-dot menu again and choose the option Reset Power Grid and press OK. The power grids also provide a quick search in the top left corner. Start entering the text you want to search for, and the best matching results will then be shown at the top of the table. The quick search is case-insensitive and works on substrings as well. For example, will the text work and also the text shop find all projects with the word workshop in it? To the right of the quick search text field is an icon shown which shows all recently used projects. In case you want to quickly access your last used projects, you can use this option. New projects can be added via the plus symbol in the top right corner. To edit a project, click on it in the Power Grid. After the project is opened, make your changes and save those via the Save icon in the top right. With the arrow in the top left corner, you can go back to the Power Grid. All Power Grids also provide a report and export function. To create a report of the Power Grid, click on the three-dot menu again and select the option Create Report. For this report, you can either use all projects or only the projects which are shown on the Power Grid. The content is either wrappable or not, and there are also different page sizes choosable. It is always your current Power Grid layout applied, and the columns are used with their current width and positions. After pressing OK, the report is shown as a preview and then downloadable as a PDF file. Use the Save icon in the top right of the report view and select a name and location for the file to save it. The info dialog then shows that the export was successful. From here, you can go back to the Power Grid via the arrow in the top left. To also export Power Grid data, click on the three-dot menu again and select the Run Export option. For this export, you can either use all projects or only the projects which are shown on the Power Grid. The supported export file formats are CSV either comma or semicolon separated or JSON or XML. We are going to use the JSON file, and after pressing OK, the file is then ready to download. Select a location and name for the file and save it. The info dialog then shows that the export was successful. Power Grids can have a context-dependent quick action bar on the right of every row, which allows you to execute the most important actions on your data by a single mouse click. For this example, we will now jump to the Email tab. As you can see is the quick action bar shown on the right as soon as you hover over a specific email. When you now move the mouse over the quick action bar, the email and its content are now shown. Hovering above the specific icons of the quick action bar will then show a tooltip for all different options for this email. The quick action bar icons are dependent on the currently used Power Grid. And last but not least, all Power Grids have a refresh option. It is accessible via the three-dot menu. With emails, this function is usually not needed because all emails are automatically synchronized. We will now switch back to the Projects tab. In case the data records of the project Power Grid have been changed by an external source, the refresh option must be used. After a click on refresh, you can briefly see that the Power Grid data has been reloaded and all changes have been retrieved. And that's about it for the topic of the Power Grids. For further information, you also can visit our website or write an email to our support. Thanks for watching.